Hello, my friends. Before we get into this week's episode with my guest, Rachel Solomon, I wanted to record a little introduction. I've never done one of these before, but this is a little bit of a different circumstance, and I just wanted to kind of share before we get into the episode. I recorded this episode on a Monday with Rachel, and my heart is beating fast even talking about this because I remember it so well. But on that Friday morning, Rachel called me and her father had unexpectedly passed away. I wanted to just record this introduction and give you that context because for a few reasons. But first of all, a lot of you may have been following. Rachel's been sharing some bits of her grief journey, and I commend her for having the strength to do that. It's a hard thing to talk about, but what's even crazier for me to conceptualize is that we recorded this episode on a Monday, and by Friday, her entire life had changed. She didn't have a grief journey to talk about on that Monday. I actually haven't even watched this episode back fully because it makes me emotional for her, knowing how much she had changed and how much her life had changed from that Monday to Friday. I've just been amazed by Rachel's grace and strength as she's navigated this process. There is so much that goes on behind the scenes when you lose a parent, and so much adult shit that has to get figured out that just you never think that you're going to be figuring out at 25 years old. That is just so above the pay grade of a 25-year-old. Like, it amazes me all that she has on her plate and is handling while working, while still showing up as a friend and asking how I am. I'm like, shut up. How are you? Not only is she a light, but she is so strong and so tough. I just wanted to share that before we go into today's episode, because it's just a reminder how much everything can change in just a matter of days, and how we can never take anything for granted. We can never take our parents for granted, our loved ones for granted. If you are able to call a parent, call a loved one, just call them, see how they're doing. Tell them you love them. You'll never regret that. And I was able to go to Arizona for Rachel's dad's celebration of life a couple weeks after he had passed away. And this man was so loved and really special. I was in his home with his family and friends, a person I had never met, but I just felt like I had known him. Through everyone's stories, the way people talk about him, you could tell that they were not just talking about him like that because he had passed away. They would have talked about him like that if he was in the room with them. They were talking about him like that when he was here. Like, he was a really special person. I wish I got to meet him, but I am so proud of my friend Rachel and that she's held her head high. Now that I got that off my chest, please enjoy today's episode and show my girl Rachel some love. I love you all. Enjoy. Rachel Solomon.
Kelly?
Are you ready to have a very nice day?
Yes, every day's a good day when I'm with you. Sweetie.
Do you guys see why this is my munchkin? I've been trying to rehearse this intro for you.
You've been rehearsing
Can I try
since we were in Greece.
Can I try to do it?
Yes.
Former NBA dancer, former flight attendant, currently social media consultant and full-time content creator. Period. Rachel Solomon, welcome to A Very Nice Day with Kelly Grace May.
Thank you, Kelly Grace May. I'm so happy to be here. You crushed that.
I feel like I forgot some of your credentials. Oh, and my friend, Rachel Solomon.
And most importantly, my friend.
My friend. Should we start off with how we met?
Yeah, duh.
It's my favorite story. It's my favorite story.
I love the story.
Just to set the stage for you guys. Mm-hmm. It's 4:00 in the morning.
Kelly has eye patches on her face.
100%.
In public.
In LaGuardia.
In the LaGuardia airport, which is so me. So I immediately was like...
I was marked safe.
Mm-hmm. Okay. We were going on a brand trip, and it was Kelly and I's first brand trip, which is really exciting.
Which we didn't know at the time.
No.
You just looked like the type of girl, you're like, oh, I do this every Wednesday. Yeah.
Thank you. I was shitting my pants.
Yes.
You're allowed to cuss, right?
Of course. How, I can't not. It's like a core part of my vocabulary.
No, I know. I honestly, yeah. Okay. Anyways, I'm checking my bag. I'm like, I don't know anyone. I wonder where the other influencers are. Unfortunately, we all look identical.
Yeah.
So I saw the cute little brunette girl in her matching set with her Peter Thomas Roth eye patches.
That was me.
With her eye patches. And I was like...
I was marked safe. Yes.
I have a feeling.
We're going to be friends. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this is why also and we'll get to this later with the social media of it all. Yeah. It is crazy how big the social media world is and how many content creators there are out there. And that is like one of the reasons why everyone should just start if they want to do it, because like there really is room for everyone, because I had never heard of you and you had never heard of me.
No.
But how? Because like we're both in New York.
And
like
we have so many common friends.
So many mutuals.
It's insane.
So we thank God also that this flight was like so fucking early in the morning, because I was so nervous, but you didn't really have time to be nervous. It was so early. And we had a flight at like 5:30 out of LaGuardia to Chicago with a brief layover, and then going from Chicago to Jackson Hole on the brand trip with Tresemme.
Correct.
So we get seated next to each other on this flight at 5:30 in the morning. On the flight, there was also Khaki was there.
Our queen, Greta.
Never
forget Greta.
Which, just a sidebar, like we hadn't met Greta yet. Obviously, we both knew who Greta was. And like now she's a very good friend of ours and we love her so dearly. But you know Greta, like she has this like very like intimidating presence. Like she's so beautiful. Like she just looks like she has it all figured out. And like we like get to our gate and we see this like chic blonde girl with like a long coat. She has no luggage, by the way.
Like a top hat.
She has a hat on, like a kimosabe hat. By the way, I think the chicest thing that a person can do at an airport, which I will never be able to do and I will never relate to, is like walk on the plane with just like a handbag.
Right.
Not even like a tote, like just like a handbag.
A handbag.
And so she walks on this flight with just a handbag and her long coat, and I'm like, that's gotta be Greta. And I was fully prepared also for her. Like I was like, don't, you know, like I had expectations with myself for everyone. I was like, I'm not gonna, you know, like hope that everyone's going to become my best friend. I'm sure beautiful relationships will come out of this.
Right.
Literally everyone on that trip I have like maintained communication with. It was incredible. But so anywho, back to the story. I get sat next to Rachel on this 5:30 flight. And we we could not shut the fuck up. Like this plane was dead silent.
It's like one of those flights that's so early that the windows are all down. It's like pitch black outside. Everyone's asleep. Everyone's quiet.
And we are bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Like we were, like, so where are you from? So like, where do you live? How many siblings do you have?
Tell me about your trauma.
Yes, exactly. Tell me every single thing that's happened to you in life. Like we could not shut up. If someone had put a gun to our head, we would have been fucked.
Right.
So anyway, so we meet on this flight, and then like throughout the trip, like I don't know if Tresemme put everyone's zodiac charts into an app to like assess compatibility.
I think they did.
I think they did too.
I do.
Because they picked a group of like 14 girls who were all just on the same page.
Right. Which does not happen.
No, it never happens.
And it happened.
And it happened. And like me and you and Khaki and Greta have maintained this like group chat and this friendship, and it's just like, it's beautiful. But
chef's kiss.
I'm going to jump ahead here a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, spoiler alert. While we were sitting next to each other on that flight, I obviously knew that I like was in love with you immediately. And
feeling was mutual.
I felt it too. Like I wasn't like, oh, I'm talking to this girl and she hates me. I was like, oh, we're friends. We're real friends. And then I found out you were 25 and I was like, oh my God, no. Like this is my girl.
This is my baby.
And I was already calling you my Gen Z correspondent.
Correct.
Which will be the title of this episode.
Correct.
My Gen Z correspondent, Rachel Solomon.
Reporting for duty.
And within like 5 minutes, I start texting Andy's best friend, who is single, or was single. Was single. And I'm like, wake up. Wake up.
It's time to get up.
It's time to get up because I met your girlfriend. I met your future girlfriend. I have no photos of you to show her. And I'm really embarrassed because I'm pitching you so hard and you don't have any social media presence. And I need you to wake up and I need you to send some images of you so that I can back this up.
Which, like, personally, biggest green flag was that he has no social media presence.
Correct.
And since it's like 30 minutes prior when I met you, you told me I need to be with a man with no social media presence, to which I clearly took that to heart.
That's also how it all came about. Like we were talking about past relationships and I was like, oh, I feel like your next boyfriend like doesn't even know how to post like an Instagram story. Like that's the level of offline they are.
And then I was like manifested into.
And then I was like, holy shit. I actually know a guy like that. Like,
yeah.
Oh my God.
And he's tall and handsome and perfect.
Yeah. So I was like describing, I'm like, you need someone like blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I might know a guy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I do know a guy.
Yeah. So anyway, so I start texting him. I'm like, wake the fuck up.
now. Eventually, we get to our layover in Chicago. He wakes up. And the images like start like rolling in, and I'm like, this isn't gonna work. Like,
I'm gonna need more.
I was like, I'm gonna need more. Like, we find this. There's one photo of him where I'm like, this like encapsulates like you being a handsome, cool, stylish guy, but he's in jorts.
Like, I can't.
So it was like a really polarizing photo and like really ballsy of me to share. Like, it could have totally blown everything up, but like it ended up working out.
Right.
One thing led to another.
You also, for the record, zoomed in and the jorts were not present in the photo that you showed.
I specifically was like, let's just make this close up to start off. Anyway, fast forward. You guys went on a first date. We'll get to it all later. But I was able to set you up with Andy's best friend. Like, he is like, this is the man that was living with Andy when I met him in San Francisco on Hinge. Like, I spent a lot of time with them. He's also the friend that was living with Andy when Andy's mom passed away and got Andy through a really hard time. It like always like makes me like want to start crying. And so I'm just infinitely grateful for him. And he also happened to be the last single man standing. So like now all of the friends are in happy, healthy relationships, and it's just so beautiful. And I've gotten to just like hang out with you all the time. Yes.
So
that's our love story.
Fun fact, Kelly did suck my blood once. So we actually are blood.
I did.
You did.
I did.
You did.
That's okay. In all fairness, it sounds really weird when we say it like that.
She is Megan Fox.
And it is actually really weird to repeat it back, but we were at the Rooster Soul concert and you cut your hand on something and we were in a crowd and I didn't know what to do, and my gut instinct was to take your finger with the paper cut and suck your blood.
I looked at Kelly like this.
And I felt closer to you ever since.
And she just grabbed it and sucked it. And then and then my boo-boo was taken care of.
And then your boo-boo was taken care of. And then Matt did take you to the medical tent, like, or the medical people or whatever to get you like a little Band-Aid.
And then I got bandaged up. It was a water bottle that cut my hand.
I can confidently say I've never done that with any other friend.
I know. I've never had a friend do that to me. So we're on the same page.
Perfect. Now that we've set the stage for everyone on like our level of relationship.
So there's our love story.
I want to talk about you because you know that I find you to be like, you have all of these random like interesting things about yourself that like, yes, can be like pieced together, but I'm sure other things are going to come up that I'm going to be like, wait, what? Because every time I hang out with you, I'm like, there's another layer to the onion.
It never ends.
So let's like take it back. Like, who is Rachel? Like, tell me about where you grew up. I want to talk about dance, being a flight attendant, all of the things, and we'll start there.
Okay. Little baby Rachel. I grew up in Arizona, like Scottsdale, Tempe, Arizona. I love my hometown so much.
I love my hometown so much too. So like, this is a safe space to love your hometown.
And you love my hometown.
You are Arizona's best influencer. I've never wanted to go to Arizona more in my life.
Thank you. We'll go. Moving out of Arizona is the best thing I've ever done. Spoiler alert. But
when did you move?
I like almost 3 years ago.
Like 2022?
Okay, so I grew up in Arizona. The lore starts really young.
So young.
So young. I was like a highly, highly, highly competitive gymnast. Like elite level gymnast, training for the Olympics, completely homeschooled, did not go to normal school because I was in the gym like 8 hours a day, every single day. So from 1st through 5th grade, I had to be homeschooled. Both of my parents traveled for work. And so nobody was home to homeschool me. So I went to this French immersion school. It actually wasn't immersion at all. It was just a French school. We spoke no English, only French.
Which is so crazy. I need to talk to other Kelly, your mom, about how we picked a French school.
I can actually tell you. So one of her friends was from France. And when I had this like dilemma come to light where I needed to start being homeschooled, but one of my parents would literally have to quit their jobs, like nobody was home. She was talking to her friend about it, and her friend was like, a friend of mine just started this like elementary French school.
I see.
You should send Rachel there. And my mom was like, yeah, that's cute and fun. Rachel doesn't speak French. And she was like, that's okay.
She will.
Yeah, and when you're a kid, it like you learn in like 25 seconds a whole language.
You're so moldable.
You're so moldable. So that is how that happened. And I remember I was in 2nd grade. Like I was in public school in 2nd grade. I went back to 1st grade to learn the language. I ended up like skipping a grade at like 3rd or 4th grade. So I'm all caught up. I'm not behind at all. But yeah, I like went back in time to learn the language. And after like 6 months, I was literally fluent. And it was just me and this little boy named Trey. And it was us two in our class. And we would sit at our kitchen table and have recess. We'd go play pogo stick in the backyard. And like that was my elementary school.
Shout out Trey.
Shout out Trey. I wonder what he's doing these days.
Oh my God, me too. We have to look him up later.
I know. He was so sweet. But yeah, I would go to school from like 8 a.m. to noon. And then at noon, I would go to the gym. And I would train until like 8 p.m. Come home, do it all again. Anyways, that was a whole big long thing. Had a lot of injuries, broke my nose, like broke my back. It was like a whole thing. And
But the breaking of your back was a big thing.
It was a big thing.
Because that's like, I think what, if I remember correctly, catapulted you into dance.
It was my nose, technically.
Okay.
But either way, a bone was broken. My coach was like a mean guy, not a nice guy. And so I just like needed to get out of that situation.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we've all seen the documentaries, like that level of gymnastics, a lot of scary, corrupt things go on. And I was starting to get older and like realizing what was happening. So it was time for me to go. I got injured, ended up quitting because I saw like my final out. And so quit gymnastics, went to public middle school. That was a freaking shock. And then
such a culture shock. I can't even imagine. Like making friends.
Up until this point, I had in my life seen 8 people. Like my gymnastics team was 7 girls and me and my coach. Like
and Trey and a pogo stick.
Like that is what my circle consisted of. Like I did not have any other friends. I did not go anywhere else. Like I was at the gym 7 days a week. Like I only knew 7 people. So like going to public middle school, I was like,
like, and also like, where do I start with making friends? And,
right. And like it was my first time seeing a boy. Like I was so scared.
Oh my God.
Anyways, I survived. Ended up trying out for the cheer team, which led me to like being on the dance team. And I started training for like competitive dance at that point. Went through high school. I was training in ballet my whole like high school career and also just like every other form of dance. And then when I was 18, graduated high school, went to Arizona State for college. And I was technically 17. I tried out for the Phoenix Suns, the NBA basketball team's like dancer squad, Suns dancers. Made it. Turned 18, like I made it as a 17-year-old, but turned 18 like right before our first game. And that was my next bit of lore. I was a professional dancer for 4 years and was dancing with girls that were like all in their late 20s, 30s. And I was 18 years old and half naked and dancing on this court. Like, who let me do that? I don't know.
While also, by the way, doing college.
Right. And I was in a sorority and working 2 other jobs. Like, I was busy. Because as a professional dancer, which now with like the DCC show coming out, it's like kind of come more to light, but you make $0.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah. We made minimum wage. And I was working like at times 7 days a week.
Are you comfortable saying like what was minimum wage at that time? Did you make like a certain amount just per game?
I don't remember. I think minimum wage was around like
you get paid hourly?
Yeah, I think it was around like $10 or $11 an hour.
And how many days a week do you
Someone can fact check me. We had practice 2 to 3 times a week, but then it's the NBA, so like you can have like 4 to 5 home games in a week. Sometimes 1, sometimes 5. Like it literally just depended. But then we also had appearances on top of that, which is like how we made our money because we got a set fee for those, like by the hour.
Like those were more lucrative.
Yeah, and those were like much more than minimum wage, but like there's 18 girls on the squad and we all are fighting for those spots. So like you really were only getting a couple a month. So not a sustainable
lifestyle.
Income. No, like the girls who were not in college had full-time careers and this.
Right.
Like nobody does this as a full-time career.
I'm trying to
at least does it and is financially independent.
I'm trying to decide like where I want to start because I think like to backtrack even just to like when you started training for competitive dance when you were in when you started in middle school and then into high school, like I just feel like such a common theme amongst dancers is that they become like very, very disciplined. Like there's so many pros, obviously, right? Like becoming like super disciplined, like have a very strong work ethic, which that obviously is very evident with you and we will get to. What are like some of the downsides when you look back on dance and some of the positives that you're like so grateful came out of it? But like I feel like there's a lot of polarity and this is just something that I think dancers have been very open about and I'm just curious what your perspective is on it.
I think definitely a lot of downsides. Like that's why I don't do it anymore. I wish I could have done it forever. I mean, the main downside is that there's no money in the industry. Like, even if you're Beyonce's backup dancer, like, you are still getting paid nothing. Like, it's insane. But I think the biggest part would just be like the eating habits and like the body dysmorphia that came out of it. I am in a very great place now. Like, I am fortunate to like have come out the other side and like I don't struggle with any of that anymore. But we used to literally get weighed in before games, like when I was on the team. And this has changed nowadays. Like, I know the people that are on these like professional teams, at least to my knowledge, none of this exists anymore. But this was like 8 years ago now that when I was on the team. And yeah, we got weighed in at practice. If you gained like over your weight threshold, you were benched from a game. And like, that is not legal.
No, that is, it's so startling. And I know that this is, again, a common theme amongst competitive dancers is like very, you know, restrictive views on your body and very like obsessive kind of tendencies around your body and food and all these things. I'm just curious from like a business and like logistical standpoint, like how is that explained? Like if you like gained a couple of pounds, because like as we know now, which we have so much more information now, we have more information that we need to get, but women's bodies like fluctuate in size and in weight, even just like different times of the month. Like, is it like, oh, well, if you don't fit into your uniform, like I just don't get it. I'm like, how can they just say like you can't like?
We would literally step on a scale.
But did they have a reason why? Or was it just like, it's just part of the culture?
It's just part of the culture. And like our uniforms were tiny.
Tiny, yeah.
Like the shorts were like this big. And
literally.
Like, your butt was out, you were in a bra. Like that was your uniform.
They just wanted everyone to fit an aesthetic.
To reiterate, like times were just different back then. Like I think nowadays, A, that would never happen. And B, if it did, there would be so much
backlash.
Like, and like different language they would use to maybe hide it. Like it was straight up. Like they were like, you step on the scale. And when you first made the team, like you were given your range of like a number you can't go above and can't go below. Everyone was different, of course, because we all weigh different numbers. But yeah, it just like created a horrible environment. Like everyone was taking laxatives and water pills, and like before weigh-ins, like everyone would go to the bathroom, and like it was just like a horrifying experience. And I was 18 years old and I thought this was normal.
And you're so impressionable.
I literally weighed like 95 pounds. Like I was so small. And I also, none of it was like ever intentional though. But I think that's like a very common misconception about eating disorders or like body dysmorphia is like, sure, a lot of people do know that they have a problem and like are actively choosing to stay that way. But I would argue like 90% of people with a problem
don't even know,
aren't aware and don't know what they're doing. Like they don't want to be doing that. They just like don't understand that it's wrong. Like I was young and uneducated and in that field, and like I just didn't know what I was doing.
And I also didn't know any better, because that's like that was literally like your normal. Like you grew up in this space and around these types of people in this specific niche community, like your entire life. Like
and we were all doing it. Like we were all in it together,
right? And
we were all
no
struggling.
no one was saying like, oh, this is bad, or oh, this is unhealthy, or like maybe this is having a negative impact on us. Like everyone was just like, we got to do what we need to do, which is crazy.
Yeah. And that was just, I mean, I also, again, like being a gymnast, like I have had weigh-ins since I'm not exaggerating, like 6 years old.
Yeah.
Like I remember being a 6-year-old gymnast in the gym, like would come out of school, that French school, and like go to the gym, and my 50-year-old male coach was like, step on the scale, and like putting me on meal plans. Like that was my life. So like it's sad, but when I got to the point where I was like a professional and getting weigh-ins, like that is just the industry I've always been in. And like in ballet, it was a nightmare.
Forget about it.
Yeah. So like it was not weird to me, and it wasn't worrisome. And like all of us, to be at the point where you're a professional, like we've all gone through that. So like it seems more jarring now being on the other side, but unfortunately, like, yeah, it wasn't that crazy.
Yeah. And this wasn't on our like agenda today, but like this just is sparking this initial question in me. But
sure.
When you eventually stop dancing and you are like in a normal day-to-day life and like become a flight attendant and then ultimately move to New York, I'm jumping ahead, which will cover all of this of how we got to sitting in this chair today.
Right.
But was there like a point where you realized, oh, I grew up in this environment, in this like space, and there was all of this weird obsessive energy and fixation around our bodies and being smaller and trying to make ourselves smaller, and like had like this aha moment of like, oh shit, like I need to course correct this or it's gonna like affect me
negatively.
Yeah. Later in life.
Yeah, I think my first like realization came at the end of my college time when I still lived in Arizona. I feel like my smallest I ever was like my second, third year that I was on Suns, because I was also on Suns like during COVID. So for like my third-ish year, like it kind of came to a halt. And so right before then was when I was like really unhealthy and really small. And I was living in the sorority house during college. So I was like never eating, and I was so busy, and I was working 3 jobs, and I was in a sorority and going to school. And like I wasn't trying to not eat. I just was so busy that I was never eating.
Because you were doing the most. Yeah.
Yeah. And at that point, like once COVID happened and I just had time to reflect, like I started gaining weight, which of course like I spiraled about. But then after all of that, I would look back on photos and realize like how scary tiny I was.
Yeah.
And that was my first like aha moment where I was like, okay, I need to like beware. Like and at this point the team had like ruled out weigh-ins because like the world was changing. We were growing and evolving. So like weigh-ins were out. That was only a thing my first year. And I just decided like I was going to start eating more. I was going to let myself get there anymore. I was going to chill out on the workouts. I was working out like 2-3 times a day plus practice. Like I was ridiculous. And then honestly, one of my favorite parts of moving to New York is once I moved here, I feel like the culture is so different. And like the way people dress is so different. In Scottsdale, everyone is half naked.
Everyone's
like, naked. Everyone's naked. Which is fine.
I fuck with 100%.
I 100%
no, I
fuck
love
with.
that.
And like if I'm going to Vegas, I'm going to be naked. I also sometimes in New York I dress naked. Like I think it's great.
I love to be nude.
But my style, my personal style has like completely evolved since moving here.
Yeah.
And I think seeing how I could like dress myself without being completely naked kind of changed my life, because I realized that the world wasn't all about if you had a 6-pack. And like it's not all about how you look, and your clothes don't have to be skin tight. And I also think it's just like growing up.
Yeah.
You know? But like all of a sudden, day by day, my world stopped revolving around my body.
Such a beautiful
And that was
thing.
great. And then I started content creation, and you stare at yourself every day in like horrible ways. So like I never got to an unhealthy part again, but I found myself like
thinking
reaching
about
those
it.
patterns. Yeah. And I started therapy, changed my life. Like the list goes on and on.
Yeah.
But
I'm really glad that you were able to like organically kind of like get to a place where you were like, whoa.
Yeah.
This is like not normal and like not healthy, and like maybe like the rest of the world doesn't think about this all the time, because I feel like so many people don't have that, which it's sad. It like in a lot of ways it can be a product of like a culture or a community that you're a part of, and like growing up in the most formative years with dance, and it's just like something that's normalized. But in a lot of cases, like it's people who are not dancers and like who just obsess over like eating habits and becoming smaller and whatever. So like it is in a way a disease, and sometimes it's also like a byproduct of a community that you grew up in. But a lot of people, regardless of where it came from, like I feel like don't have the ability to zoom out, because it's like it consumes them.
Yeah.
And do you have any advice to someone who like needs to zoom out?
I think that it's like a very odd and disassociative mindset to be in. Similar to what I was saying, like you don't realize you need help until sometimes like you maybe have taken it a little too far. I think it's also tough because it's such a taboo topic that the people around you often know that you need help and aren't saying anything. Like
because they don't know what to say.
And I remember once I did gain my weight back, like I would look back on photos. And the craziest part is like when I was my smallest is when some people were like, you look so great, you're ripped, like you look amazing. And I look back and I'm like, girl, I was sick. Like that is not cute. Like so I think it's really weird. So I think my biggest advice, which this is just like gonna take you farther in life anyways, is just make sure quality over quantity, because these people are hard to find, but like make sure you have people in your life that can give you tough love and will tell you what needs to be told, whether you want to hear it or not. Because I think I was surrounded by a lot of yes men at that time, and to be fair, like we were all in it together. So like we were all going through it. We were all young, but I didn't really have anyone in my life that like shook me at that time. And I'm grateful like I have the self-introspect to be able to like zoom out on my own.
Yeah.
But I think really make sure you're surrounded by people that will tell you the truth, and also like that you're just surrounded by people that make you feel like there's more of you to love than what your body looks like. Like I think once I found true friends and like healthy relationships, even like I was falling in love at that point. Like I was in love when I first moved to New York, and I was traveling a ton at that point in my life, and I was eating food and like going around the world, and I was just like
enjoying life.
In Italy, I'm gonna eat the pasta. Yeah. And like I gained some weight. And like when I moved to New York, I gained weight because like the food was just so good. But I was just so happy that like
pounds. Yeah.
Yeah. And like if I was like getting changed in front of my friends, like no one was staring at my body.
And no one's noticing an extra 5 pounds except for you. And it's really like...
Or 10 or 20.
Yes,
like, no
or
one
10
cares.
or 20, 100%. And like, if you don't have people in your life who you feel like are a safe space, like you don't have to like even necessarily like tell anyone close to you that you're doing this, but like look into, you know, a therapist maybe who specializes in like eating behaviors or like categories like that. Because I think that can also be an outlet for you to just get it off your chest, and even just speaking it out loud into existence and saying it and making it like real is a very, very, very large but small step.
I agree.
Towards getting healthier. Yeah. Okay. So dance. So we fully become an NBA professional basketball dancer
Yes.
at the ripe age of 17, turning 18.
Like what? Yeah.
Then you go through college also doing the NBA dancing. You're also in a sorority. Like you're doing all these other things and doing school, mind you. But you're also...
I don't know how I graduated.
No, seriously. And didn't you graduate early?
Yeah.
So what year did you start college?
2018.
2018. And then you graduated in...
2021.
2021.
So I was class of 22. Graduated in 21.
What was it like going to college during COVID?
I didn't notice that much of a difference because I was in person freshman year, and then sophomore, junior, senior year I was online because of Sons and because of all of my jobs and dancing. Like I had no time for school, so I was online. So like once it transitioned online because of COVID, it wasn't that different for me. But the biggest thing is I was living in the sorority house at the time. So when COVID struck, I got kicked out of the sorority house. And
did everyone?
Everyone.
Okay, yeah.
And thank goodness I live in Arizona. Like I'm from Arizona. I just drove 20 minutes south and moved into my parents' house.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, people had to move home, and it was a whole, people who didn't have families. Like I remember
nearby.
A good friend of mine, yeah, she was like on student aid paying for her sorority house. Like she had nowhere to go. She came and lived with us for a little bit. Like, yeah, that was weird.
Weird.
But my social life wasn't really surrounded around college. Like I was hanging out with people much older than me because
Perfect segue.
Of dance.
Yeah.
So I wasn't that affected. It was crazy though.
Okay. I just realized that I had never asked you that because I'm so fascinated by how people's college experiences were impacted by COVID. It's just like, to me, I know you had a completely different experience because your world revolved around your friends on Sons, but like, like that would just suck so much. Like during COVID, I kept just thinking about all of, not even just the people in college, but like the seniors in high school and like the kids in the 4th grade who are like developing like social skills. Like it's just like actually crazy.
I did get a graduation, so I was thankful for that. Like I feel so bad for my friends who graduated during COVID
and didn't get to have like a graduation.
It's horrible.
Horrible.
It's horrible.
They should get a redo.
Especially like first generation college students. Like
they deserve to have that experience. Like we really should do like every like couple of years, it should be like a redo. Like they should host one.
I agree.
Free idea.
Take our idea.
So that's a perfect segue because when I met you, you were still 24. You hadn't even turned 25 yet. And the gasp that I gasped, I don't know what the correct.
I think it's
Gusp. I like that better.
I do too.
I was like, wait, what? Because, well, first of all, I can always tell when it's someone's first life. Like I can always tell when I'm like,
right.
Oh, this is your first earthside experience as a soul. Not your first rodeo.
No.
Not your first rodeo. So that's the first thing. But the second thing is I was like, wait, like you're not, I thought like you were 27 at least, you know? And then now all that I've learned about you, it makes so much sense that you are as like mature as you are because you've lived so much life through all these different experiences, but also because during those college years, you were hanging out with girls, and also like just your social circle was people who were much older than you. Do you feel like that had an impact on like who you are now? Like, do you feel like you had to grow up really fast?
Yeah. And that's been a common theme in my life forever.
Yeah.
Like as a gymnast, I was young and everyone else I was training with was in high school.
Yeah.
And like getting college scholarships, and I was 6 to 10 years old. Like it was like that. And then like with dancing, everyone was older than me. And then once I was a professional dancer, everyone was older than me. Even to this day, like most of my friends are older than me. I've always dated guys that are a little older than me. Like I feel like it's just a common theme. But I think because of a lot of different parts of my life, like I did grow up really fast. And I'm very grateful for it. Like I don't see a bad side to it. I mean, during high school it was tough, but like that was more family things that like forced me to grow up quickly. But in terms of my social circle, like I think it's a very positive thing.
It honestly, like one could argue like, oh, like you lose like your childhood years. Like you didn't. Like,
No.
I mean, you did in a lot of ways because you were sacrificing it for your greater goals and working towards something. But now, like seeing you as like adult Rachel, because I didn't know younger Rachel, like it just makes so much sense. All of these little things that like add up to who you are now, because for better or for worse, like you are on it. Like when like there is an assignment, like you are sticking to it. Like you are very goal oriented. You are very driven. You are very self-motivating. Like you are a self-starter.
Thanks, Queen.
And like it just makes sense to me that you grew up like a super like competitive athlete, and then like put in all these positions where you were surrounded by people who were older than you and you were probably more mature than them. Anyway.
Yeah. I'm grateful that like, I don't know how, but I have had my head screwed on right, I feel like my entire life. I feel like that's the only thing that sucks about growing up fast is like I could have gone down a very dark path because I was exposed to very dark big girl things at the ripe age of 17. I mean, at the ripe age of like 6, if we want to go back to gymnastics. But like truly once I was in the professional world, like I was going to crazy parties and I was partying as a young girl, and like I always made good decisions, and
she's a good girl.
I'm a good girl.
Yeah.
And so I'm grateful for that because I was fine, but I think that like that's not everybody's story. So definitely beware.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's
growing
also,
up fast can have its bad sides to it too. And I saw that with a lot of people.
And I had that myself in a lot of ways. And like I got out of it, which I'm so grateful for. But like, yeah, it doesn't always end that way. But I think it's also like in part because it's not your first life, which is like not something that you can control. But like, I just know that this is like your third or fourth.
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
And I was raised by wonderful parents, and they like, not that people who end up the other way are not, but yeah, I feel like they exposed me to a lot of things from a young age. Like we were in a very no talk household. Like we would talk about anything. They would let me know about whatever I wanted to know about, try whatever I wanted to try. Like I think they really bred me to be like,
yeah, they didn't
very
shield
well
you.
respected. Yeah, I was not like sheltered.
Yeah.
And anyway,
you were very self-sufficient.
Yeah.
At a young age. I love
Thanks,
that.
Mom and Dad. Love you.
I can't wait to meet your parents. Okay, so we get done with dance. We get done with college. Let's talk about how we got to the big city and the flight attendant.
The Big Apple.
And the flight attendant of it all. How did you decide to become a fucking flight attendant?
My mommy is a flight attendant.
Well, I know that.
You know that. So my mom's a flight attendant. She's literally so cute. She's been one for like 30 years, which is crazy. So I was working another life. I went to school for like abnormal child psychology.
Yeah.
Long story short. And I was working in the autism world as a behavioral technician for autistic kids. And I was going to go back to school and get my BCBA and like become a behavioral analyst and do this whole world. Long story short, I had to go get my doctorate. And I was working for this company who I found to be incredibly inhumane and just like not a great experience. I loved my kids that I worked with so much, but I would come home from work every single day bawling. It was horrible. I was getting like beat up by these kids. Like I was seeing horrible things, and it's just not a world that I was finding that much fulfillment in. Like the cost versus reward was really hard. Like I was really helping these kids, but a lot of the practices that were being implemented by the company I was working for, I didn't agree with, but I couldn't stray from them or I was going to get fired. And like, yeah, it was this whole big thing. So I had this mental dilemma where I was like, do I go back to school, spend all this money, get my doctorate for a job that I'm going to be miserable in? Like, this is not fun.
Yeah.
And so I was crying to my mom one day. She was like, why don't you just take a break? And why don't you just become a flight attendant? travel for a year or two, figure out what you want to do with your life. School is always going to be there. You can go back and get your doctorate after. Like, that is literally not going anywhere.
Correct.
But if you're not sure about this, let's not spend all this money for a degree you may never use.
Right. Kelly
like,
had the right take.
Kelly, my genius. Kelly has like always been the fun parent. Like, she's always one to be like, let's just
try something new.
Yeah, let's just find out. So I was like, okay, queen. And I applied to be flight attendant. That's a whole story. And
Which airline?
Southwest Airlines. And went through training, moved to Dallas for a month for training. It was an insane experience.
Which, by the way, I had no idea that it takes a month to become a fucking flight attendant. But makes so much sense. It's no small feat. It's no small undertaking. Big responsibility. Yeah.
The like day-to-day job is easy as hell, but you have to be prepared for the worst, which is why you have a month of training.
Correct.
Which is insane. So, anyways, did that. I was a flight attendant for 2 years. I was first based in Vegas, then based in Phoenix. Decided I wanted to move to New York. Came to New York. I was just sick of Arizona. Like, I've been there my whole life. I'd had the same friend group for a long time. I'm still so close with those girls. Like, I love and adore them. My best friend Ashley still lives in Arizona. I love her. And I met her through Sons. So, like, my core friend group in Arizona, we all dance together. Every time I go home, I see them. They're great. But I was feeling like I was just like called to do more, wanted to spread my wings, leave the nest.
And fly.
Literally. And unfortunately, they have the same name because my other best friend's name is also Ashley.
I know. How do you manage?
I also have
and now you have Ben's Ashley.
It's insane.
That's how I am with Morgan's.
I know.
Yeah, it's a lot.
We just can't. I have too many.
Can't stay away.
But Ashley, my roommate now, is a big reason why I moved to New York. I just loved her. I was dating a guy at the time who was coming here. Like, all the stars were aligning. I decided to move to New York. Best decision I ever made. My airline did not have a base here. So I was based in Chicago. And I had to fly to and from work every single time I went to work.
Okay,
which was every week.
When you say based, like when there's like you were based in Vegas, you're based in Phoenix, does that mean you have to live there?
You don't have to live there, but you have to start and end all of your trips there. And the company expects that you live there. You don't have to, but like, it's on you
to be there when needed.
And if you're not there, you're in trouble.
Okay,
so like,
I'm following.
We did have flight benefits. Like, I wasn't paying for my flights to go to and from, but like, we flew standby. So like, if a flight filled up and I didn't make it to work,
you were shit out of luck. Okay, yeah, I see
like
how
that's like a fireable offense. So
okay,
like, it's horrifying to not live in base, but thousands of people do it. Like, it's not unheard of. Tons of people do it. It just makes your life a lot harder. So I had like a crash pad in Chicago, which was like a bunk bed in the scariest neighborhood, in the scariest house. I don't know how I survived. And I would like sometimes, like if there wasn't a flight that would get me there early enough, I would like fly in the night before, spend the night, go to the airport at 3 a.m. for work. Or like if my trip ended at like midnight and I had to wait till the next morning for a flight to New York, like I would go sleep in my crash pad or sleep at the airport. Like, I was really humbled my time as a flight attendant.
Okay, whoa. Okay, so you're dating this guy, you come to New York, you're a flight attendant, you're like going to and from Chicago. When do you decide to like change things up with your career?
Honestly, like a common theme for me, I just start crying all the time. Like, I'm crying again about my job. So I'm like, okay, this isn't really working for me. I need to fly less. I wasn't like, I need to stop flying, but I need to fly less.
Okay.
But homegirl lives in New York City in the West Village. Like, she has rent to pay.
Bills are due.
So like, I can't just fly less. That means less money. So I start my social media agency on the side, doing it part-time.
But how did that like even come to your brain?
Goes way back. When I was living in Arizona, I was modeling, and I modeled for this like activewear company one day.
Okay.
I got to talking to the owner of the company. He told me their social media girl was leaving. He needed help. I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I can help you till you find someone.
And I can figure it out.
And then I figured it out. I was actually really good at it. And then word of mouth spread. So I actually moved to New York with 3 clients from him.
Already in your book
Yes.
This is for your like
for my agency.
Your agency.
And so this was all like word of mouth at this point. I was running their socials, like creating content for them. I didn't post on my personal pages at all at this time.
I have something in my mouth. I'm well. I'm okay.
She's well. And yeah, so I was like just doing this for brands. And because I moved to New York, I like lost one of my clients because it just didn't make sense anymore. I wasn't in Arizona. I was doing so much outreach to find clients in New York. I found this company called The Social Agency based out of Jersey. I like offered to work for them for free. which turned into like not free, but like pennies on the dollar. Like this was not paying my rent, but I was doing it to build my portfolio and gain experience to then pitch myself to bigger brands.
Yeah.
And at this point, I had, I think like 4 clients. And so I was successfully doing it part-time. And I had like an aha moment where I realized if I stopped flying and put all my eggs into this basket, because the thing about being a flight attendant, you waste so much time.
Like, you can't multitask as a flight attendant.
No.
Like in your corporate job, like behind a desk, like you could like do some like other stuff. No. Yeah.
And like, yeah, like so many of your hours are unpaid. Like flight attendants don't get paid for boarding or deplaning. So like if you start thinking about the hours, then as a commuter too, like me going to and from
the airports
and also flying New York to Chicago, like if I was spending all of that time like working on my agency, it ended up equaling like 8 extra hours a day that I could have been working and making money, but I was sitting on my butt doing nothing, which like is how my brain works. Like I think with time, like time
is money, baby.
Is money to me. So I'm like, I could be spending these 8 hours making so much more money and like not be living paycheck to paycheck. Like what am I doing? And so then I decided I was gonna like stop flying as much. I've never talked about this before.
Already a perfect sentence for me.
I was like under contract for a while, but I think I'm fine to talk about it now. I was like,
if not, like we can.
Yeah. But I think it's fine. I'll just let you know. I was fired from being a flight attendant.
It's a great story because it's kind of like a nothing burger.
It's nothing.
It's like I wanted like a big juicy,
I know,
like double cheeseburger level story, and it wasn't.
It wasn't. I got fired. And
because of someone else's fuck up.
Because of someone else's boo-boo. And it got pinned on me because I was like the head flight attendant of this flight that I was on. And so anyways, I like had my hearing. They ended up firing me. I was bawling my eyes out, but I was conveniently on my way on a flight.
Out the door also anyway, like just in your brain, right?
Yes. In my brain, like I had been interviewing for like 6 months trying to get a corporate job in like social media marketing. The job market is so hard. Like my heart goes out to everyone searching right now, especially in New York City. Like it is hell. But I was like begging for an answer to get me out of this. But I also like, I'm a good girl. Like I said, like I don't want to get fired and like have a termination on my record.
100%.
So I'm like, I did nothing wrong. I want my job back. I was boarding my flight to go to Dubai for a 2-week vacation when I got the flight or when I got the call that I was fired.
This happened, yeah.
So I'm like bawling my eyes out on the flight. It's okay. It's an iconic photo. And
it is actually.
It is. And went to Dubai. My 2-week vacation turned into like a month vacation because I had nowhere to be. And conveniently. And on that trip is when I was like, I should start taking content creation seriously. So I started posting more and started like fully like growing out the infrastructure of my agency and like scaling that. And so then when I came back from Dubai, I got my job back because I was not in trouble and it was not a problem. She's innocent. Thank you. So I got my job back and then I was like, thank you so much. I'm out. I don't want this anymore. And so then I quit because I wanted it to be a resignation, not a termination. Hello?
100%. Also, like, that's not even like prideful. That's just like fucking justice.
Also, F you.
Innocent until proven guilty. Yes. And you were innocent.
And I was innocent. And you just like withheld my money from me for a month when like, thankfully I'm a smart cookie and like have
planned ahead
and could pay my rent that month. But like, what if I didn't have savings and I just didn't make money for a month?
No,
and 100%. I live in New York City. Like, F you. I don't want to work for a company that would do that to me.
Yeah. So you're like, I got my job back and then I left on my own terms.
And then I left.
And then I also need to ask a dumb question.
Nothing's ever done.
But I'm just going to ask it also because I'm sure someone else is wondering. Like, what do you mean when you say a social agency? Like, what does an agency provide to a brand?
It can mean a lot of different things. For mine, it started out as like pure content creation and social media management. So
like UGC?
Yes, UGC content for companies to use on their profiles. But like, I didn't even know
what that meant.
That meant because like my face was not recognizable at the time. Like I did not have my own platforms. I was not posting anything on my own. So like UGC content, but 9 times out of 10, my face wasn't even in it. Like it was product focused content.
Right.
So like I would be like working for this water bottle and like it'd be videos of the water.
Right. Like in beautiful
like
lighting. Yeah. Right. Like making it look aesthetic, which by the way, like chef's kiss is your specialty.
Thank you.
Yep.
And then also social media management. So like posting everything for them, creating a social calendar for them, doing the copywriting, the engagement, all that kind of stuff.
So basically, like, they're just outsourcing to you, like, their whole social
Yes.
presence. Like,
Yes.
like Rachel runs this shit, LLC.
I was their Gen Z correspondent.
I get it.
Think of like a 50-year-old
get it.
man like creates a company and he's like, I'm good at this, but like I don't know what social media is or how to make it aesthetic. Let's give it to a 20-year-old girl who like knows my target demographic. And then that was me. And I would make it pretty and make things go viral and sell their products for them.
Perfect, gorgeous explanation. How did you even know like what to do with building like a little like Rachel LLC business?
I literally did it.
Like you just did you just figure it out?
I figured it out.
What were like the key components? Like if someone's out there and they're like, I could be really good at that. Like what are like the first 3 things that you think that they should do? I just really
Here's
put you on
my
the
top
spot
3.
there.
That's okay. I'm ready.
You're so hard.
Number 1, get yourself an LLC because you need to have yourself covered. And like you don't want any funny business. So like an LLC is just going to protect you and it's just good to have for the long run of things.
Mm-hmm.
Do that. Make sure, for the love of God, like you're paying your taxes, you have an accountant that you trust. Like financials are so confusing as a self-employed person. So just like get that under wraps.
Yeah.
That's tip number 1. And thankfully nowadays there's literally ChatGPT, which like can help you so much.
And can explain, like you can say like explain like being a contractor to me, like
yes,
in literally like kindergarten terms.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did not have that. So I was using Google at the time, but like, yeah, also tons of people sell like social media courses. I don't know if those are like worth your time, but like do the research maybe. I never used one. Have an LLC, make sure your finances are in accordance and you're like paying your correct taxes, setting money aside. Everything is legal and working great. Number 2, I would say a portfolio is like mandatory, especially in the creative space. Like no one's going to believe you or hire you if they don't know what you can do for them, especially if you're wanting to do like what I was doing, which is all like aesthetic focused. Like people want to see your aesthetic.
Yeah.
How do you make things look aesthetic? What like kind of captions are you writing? Do you know what you're talking about when it comes to like SEO? Do you know what you're talking about when it comes to hashtags? Like you have to know what you're doing. Which, spoiler alert, you can fake it till you make it because I did. I literally did not have any clients when I first made my portfolio. And so I would literally take this water bottle and pretend like they hired me and I would create content for products like in my house, or like I would go to a restaurant and like film things. The restaurant was not paying me, did not know who I was not hiring me. And I would create content to then put into my portfolio and like, so sorry, but I did lie. And I was like, yeah, I did this.
Okay, but pause. Like that is so important because people come up with 101 reasons, people being me, as to not like why they cannot do something, right? They're like, well, I don't have any clients. Well, I don't have anything to show for it.
I don't have experience. Yeah.
Like I don't have experience. You can make the experience. Like you going and doing what you did is the correct way to approach it. Like that is a problem solving, proactive mentality. Like I don't have any clients, but what if I just acted like I did have clients? Like, what would I create for them? Boom, here it is. Here's a visual representation of what I could do for you. I'm not going to wait to have a client that I'm just going to like then show you what I did for them. Like I have to start somewhere.
100%.
That is a perfect way to get ahead of making an excuse for yourself. Like there is always a way.
There's always a way. And you know what? It's like not always fun. And I think in the generation and like the world we live in today, like everyone wants to be rich right away. They think that when you're 23 you should be a millionaire, like
and self-employed
and some people are, and that's amazing, and like that's great, but that's just not the world we live in. And like
I'm team corporate America. Like,
I'm team corporate America too, but I also am team like freaking work.
One thing about you is you work.
Yes. And like work is not always gonna be fun. It's not always gonna be easy, and you're not gonna always make money from day one. Like when I started and I was faking it till I made it, and then when I did pitch these like fake portfolios to clients, the first couple clients I got, I worked for free. And we did a 3-month trial, and I was like, if you please, for the love of God, just give me a job. Like, I promise you, this is what I could do for you. If you trust me, I'll give you 3 months free. I will run your socials for you. So like, you can see what I do. And then if I do a good job, we can renegotiate and like get a contract signed and potentially get payment in there. And that's what I did. And I was so dirt poor for my first couple months. This is when I was doing it part-time, adjacent to flight attendant. So like, don't quit your job yet if you're gonna do this, unless you have like a ridiculous savings.
Correct.
But like, don't just quit your job. Things are not that easy.
Yeah.
You have bills to pay. But yeah, and I worked for free for a long time. And to this day, like I still take opportunities that are so beyond underneath my rates if it's a good exposure, a good connection to have, good networking, or just like a good portfolio resume builder.
Yeah.
Like I think people get so strung up on the numbers and like their worth, which is important. Like know your worth.
There's a balance.
100%. And I would not say no to 99% of things that are under my rate, but like sometimes you do.
Yeah.
And you go out there and you meet people and you do things and you give people favors, and like sometimes that works so much longer.
Yeah.
Or goes so much farther for you.
Yeah.
And network.
And
Freaking network.
It snowballs into things. And like
Those are my tips.
this is what happened with you is like you started this agency, you like it was your out, and then like in tandem with your agency, you started producing content on your own socials, and they both like kind of went hand in hand, and you started like I don't want to speak for you, but when you started your agency, I feel like you weren't sharing content on your own socials, like Rachel Solomon. That's not where you were sharing content.
No.
But you were kind of like, oh, but I can also do that for myself. Like I'm doing that for these brands and I'm making all this beautiful content. I could also be building my own socials and be making beautiful content because like I know how to do that and I like doing that.
That's exactly what happened. Again, I'm like a time-oriented person.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm putting all this time into these brands. Like if I put this time into myself, I could make way more money. Like
Yeah,
way
and pour into my own
more
cup.
money. Right.
Yeah.
Like I saw like the influencer space growing and I was like, I'm good at this. I'm good at aesthetics. Like why would I not make myself my own client?
Yeah.
And so I started doing that and I started posting workday in the lives, which is how I got majority of my clients, because people would see my TikToks and reach out and be like, we saw this, we want to work for you. Are you available? Can we hire you? Like that's how then I started getting my clients. Like at that point I wasn't doing any outreach, period.
You know what this reminds me of? Chelsea Park. Because Chelsea Park, people think that she was like an influencer like founder. She wasn't an influencer when she started Park. She became an influencer by starting Park.
Correct.
People
Which is what happened to me.
which is literally what happened to you. So like this is like a great reminder. Like there is something in your life, probably if you're someone out there who is thinking about starting to create content, like there is something in your life that you can share that is going to like add value to someone else's life. In
Yeah.
your case, it was a brand who needed help and saw that you were able to do that. So just like need to put a PSA out there every once in a while that like there's no reason for you to not start. Like just
I think another important PSA, like going off of that, is that you don't need to be an expert in your field and you don't need to have made it to start making content. Like, in fact, nobody wants to see that. Like, I think, honestly, I wish I would have shown more of my process of like, I have no idea what an LLC means. Let's find out together. Let's build my LLC together.
right.
It's okay if you don't know what that means. A lot of people don't. So like, let's do it together. Hey, did you know that like taxes are different? And like you have to pay for health insurance? I didn't. So let's figure it out and let's do it together. Or, hey, I just lost a client because I fell off my grind. Like I wasn't good. And so like I lost this or I failed at this. Like people like to see you failing. Like Little Sweet Treat is a great example of that. Did you ever watch her videos?
No.
Oh, you should go back and watch it. You should watch Little
That's the
Sweet
candy
Treat.
shop, right?
That's the candy shop. The founder started like vlogging her journey from when it was just an idea until like she was creating the company, creating a storefront, shipping things in, like thing after thing after thing after thing went wrong. And she documented all of it. Like people want to see your failures.
Wait, I like that.
So I think that
Well, because it's relatable because everyone
Right.
fails. Everyone falls flat on their face. And it's like,
Right.
how the fuck do you pick yourself up? That's literally the only thing. Like, I always say this to people. I'm like, literally the only thing that you can really chalk up to like who you are like as a person as it relates to work is how you pick yourself up, because it is so easy to be the best version of yourself when you are winning and when you are succeeding and when you are doing well. But like, who are you and how are you when you're failing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember when I got fired from being a flight attendant, like I was crying so much. I was so upset. Again, I wasn't fully an influencer then, but I thought about like sharing that online and posting about it because that would be really relatable. But I was way too scared and I never did. But like looking back, I wish I would have done that because it's not embarrassing. Like it's not embarrassing to fail. People do get fired from their jobs. People can't make rent. People break up with their boyfriends. People like don't talk to their family members anymore. Like that stuff is normal. So
Yeah.
like don't be afraid that if you are wanting to pursue a social media career, like
It's okay to be vulnerable.
it's okay to be vulnerable and like post
Scary,
about your
but I get it.
failures.
Yeah.
Like we don't need to be perfect.
Yes, we don't.
Especially if you want to be a business owner too, like you're gonna F up.
Yes.
In fact, you're a bad business owner if you don't ever mess up. Like my greatest lessons have come from like me losing a lot of money because I've made big mistakes. But it happens.
Is there like a lesson that you want to share with everyone? Like just like a small, you don't have to tell the whole story, but a small tidbit of maybe.
Just like make sure you have your paperwork in order. And like if you're going to hire someone or like bring somebody on, like
Remy's like,
yes.
clock it.
Yeah, like people are not always kind.
Or honest.
And like people do use you. So yeah, keep your circle small. Evil eye is real. Keep your ideas to yourself because people will steal them. Until they come to fruition, of course. And yeah, make sure that you are just like taking all the right precautions, paperwork and all.
Yes.
Get a good lawyer.
Yes.
And you're never too small to have a lawyer. I think it's a very beneficial investment.
Okay.
Get a lawyer, get a good accountant that you trust both of them and they have your best interest and you'll be beautiful.
Golden. Oh my God. Speaking of ideas,
Mm-hmm.
I said that we were going to do this. We both have an idea for a pop-up bagel collab.
Schmear. This is
a
my
schmear.
dream collab.
Okay, it's like
I have two dreams.
I want it for you and I want it for me, but I only want it
for us.
I only want it for me because I just want this schmear to exist. Like
Right.
I just want them to bake it. Like even if they made it
Right.
without me, I would be totally fine. So let's say our ideas. I'm gonna bleep it and I'm gonna clip this for social so that pop-up bagels can see what they're missing out on without actually knowing our idea because they need to sign a friend DA, which is just talk to us, like slide in our DMs and talk to us. Okay, you go first.
I wasn't ready. I didn't realize. So let me think.
I'll go first.
Okay.
My pop-up bagels collab schmear idea.
They've
Like-
done that, I thought. I thought, no.
Have they? I'm gonna cry.
But that's genius if they haven't.
I'm gonna cry.
I love it. It sounds delicious.
I want it to be like
yes.
schmear.
Yeah.
If they've done it, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. But I'm gonna go stalk after this and make
Yeah,
sure.
go stalk.
Okay, what's yours? I'm gonna bleep it. Don't worry.
Okay. Let me think.
Because I want this for you. This is a goal.
Thank you.
This is gonna happen.
Oh, I feel like my dream pop-up bagel schmear would be a schmear. Like an olive blue cheese moment.
Oh my God.
And that's so me.
And would sell like hotcakes.
I know.
And think about the branding that they could do on the fucking little.
No, I know. Like in a
I'll bleep all of this. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Your
Thank
secret
you.
is safe with me.
I also really want a coconut cult collab. That's so me.
I would eat
I
it.
want a
I would
coconut
eat
Colt
it
flavor.
for you because
That
I'm a
is one of my
supportive
life
friend, even
goals.
though I hate coconut cold.
Thank you. My two biggest goals are a coconut cult collab, and I am going to be on Dancing with the Stars one day. I don't know how I'm going to get there to either of those, but I'm going to make it work. And it's
You
going to
on
happen.
Dancing with the
Mark my
Stars
words.
means everything to me. Oh my God, it's been an hour. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, we have some rapid fires. How do you stay focused on yourself and like not look at everyone else when you're doing social media? Like how because for me it's even hard, but like I just feel like, especially because we talk about this a lot, like
We do.
I pick up my phone and like I'm like shaking and I just like say whatever. Like you're like very in the like fashion, beauty, like this like niche that is like highly curated and highly aesthetic, and there's like all of the events that you go to. Like how do you keep yourself like laser focused on Rachel?
This is a newly learned skill because I really struggle with this, and I still struggle, and I think it's normal to struggle, and people don't talk about how
It
much
seems
they struggle.
hard.
It's hard.
It seems
and it's
hard.
horrible. And I think the two biggest things that have changed my life, well, I think like three things. Number one, have friends that are not influencers and have nothing to do with the space. My boyfriend has zero social media. I am obsessed with that. And my main core friend group are not influencers, don't have any following, don't have any correlation to social media. In fact, most of them don't even have social media, but they're the best friends in the world. And once a week, they will log on their laptops and comment on all my videos.
Like,
because
comment, subscribe. Yeah.
They are so kind. But they do not scroll. They do not have social media. Tip number one, broaden your circle. Know who your true friends are. A lot of people in the space like will social climb you. Not to say that there's not amazing people. Obviously, here we are, my queen.
Love you.
Love you. But yeah, just beware that people don't always have the best intentions. Number two, I think that limiting the amount that you scroll on social media as a social media creator is highly important. Like highly.
This has been so hard for me lately. I have been having a really hard time with this. So just continue on and like put me back in my place.
Okay.
Yeah.
for the record, I'm horrible at this and I struggle with this because I think it's easy to go into the spiral of like, well, it's my job to scroll, like social media is my job and me spending an hour scrolling on TikTok is my job. And I will argue, if I didn't scroll at all ever on social media, I don't think I would be good at my job because you don't stay up to trends.
Yeah.
You're not in the know. Like also personally, like social media is a huge way that I get my news every day. Like I would just not be a great like citizen if I didn't know what was going on with social media. Obviously there's other ways to find all that out, but I think that I noticed a complete direct correlation between my mental health and how much time I'm spending scrolling. And if you don't have the power to not scroll, because sometimes I struggle with that too, something big that I've done, and this is horrible, but mute people on social media. And
I love the mute button.
just because you're muting someone does not mean you don't like them, because they don't know this, but some of my best friends, you are not one of them, not best friends, some of my friends who are influencers are muted because I love them to death and they are boss, badass bitches and I'm obsessed with them, but I find myself comparing like crazy. And my third part is social media is literally all a lie. Everyone is lying 24/7.
Yeah.
So like, just because you see someone on a private jet or flying first class or on a vacation every other day or saying that they're the CEO of 20 different companies.
Or getting Birkins.
Like,
Or being like, here's how I made 6 figures on TikTok Shop in 1 month. Like,
it's not always true.
Right. And
right.
Yes, people are lying, people are fabricating, and like people are really only sharing the sparkly stuff most of the time. Unfortunately, I wish I could take a little bit of that from them and do that only.
I would take a Birkin.
But like people are really embellishing.
Yes.
Their
and
lives.
people also lie about how much they make.
Yes.
And some people live in these gorgeous apartments because their parents pay their rent.
Yes.
And like,
oh my God.
Like, let's talk about it.
Can
so,
we
like, don't get down on yourself.
Can we please just level set here that people's parents are paying for their shit. There is nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
I am not shading them. I'm saying
I'm jealous.
I'm saying it to bring everyone down to earth so that like you're not looking around and going, what is wrong with me? Why am I not making that much money and living in that apartment and whatever?
And wearing my Miu Miu outfits every day and flying first class. It's because
people's parents are paying for their shit.
Yes.
And there's, again, I'm not shaming them. I'm just saying there's no reason for you to be looking around and comparing yourself to people. Just know, not everyone, but a lot of people's parents are paying for their shit. A lot of people are also in debt.
A lot of people are in so much debt.
Yes.
And also a lot of people in this industry like are blowing their money as if they don't have to save like 50% of their earnings. Like,
right. Like the IRS is real. And
the
like
IRS is coming for you.
No, my biggest fear is white collar crime. Like, absolutely not. Like, I will not choose to Judice this bitch. Like, no.
So I think don't be afraid to mute people and limit your intake of these things, because I'm very blessed to be surrounded by amazing, successful women. And like, I think your circle is a very big part of your success and like who you surround yourself with. So I'm very grateful for that. But I also think that if I'm not in my ripe peak mental health sector, like it's dangerous for me.
Everything else gets sacrificed.
Everything gets sacrificed. And you know what? If there's someone that's that important to me, if I, for some reason, did have to meet them, like I will search them up and I will make sure like I'm staying up to date with what I need to know and like commenting on their stuff and supporting them. Like I do think that's important in this industry, but like, yeah, you don't need to view it 24/7. And then if it's some random girl who's just like drop dead gorgeous and makes you feel like shit about yourself, but you've never met her before, unfollow her.
Unfollow her. I love unfollowing.
Or if she has like a ripped 6-pack and you just ate a big bowl of pasta and like it's making you feel like shit, unfollow her.
You don't need to see it. Like
you don't.
That
need
is
to see it.
like there's so much that we're exposed to that we don't even like choose to see. Like it just like finds us. You should be able to like just remember you have the autonomy to curate like what it is that you want to see, and like you don't have to be subjected to things online that like if you don't want to see someone, like you just don't have to. You just don't have to.
And remembering that there's literally room for everyone.
Yes.
Like we talked about. Like it's never too late to start. It's never too late to grow. You could have 100 followers today and like have 3 million tomorrow. That's literally how the world works.
Yeah.
You could be posting every day for 10 years and on your 11th year you get 1 million followers. Like be patient, stay true to yourself, and make sure there's more to your world than social media and your following.
That.
Yeah.
And then the note that we'll leave on is like, what's it like to be in love and be in a happy, healthy relationship? Because I'm so happy for you.
Thank you, Kel. Literally, thank you. I know you hate when I say that, but you literally gifted me this love.
I was just the messenger. I say this is always my response is I was just the messenger. Like the universe just puts you in these little like situations where you're supposed to do something and for whatever reason you do it, and then like it's just that's how like things happen in life.
I'm so in love and I'm so happy. You can't look at me like that.
It literally makes me so happy. Like we just went to Greece with a bunch of us, and like if you had told me on that plane ride that we would be going to Greece and like flying 10 hours there and back together as like a pod
and like holding hands the whole time.
Oh my God.
Kumbaya.
Also like just the two of you on the flight, like I was like, these are two people in love. Like they literally like couldn't keep, like it was just like every second like visiting each other. I was like, are you guys okay? Like you literally just left. Meanwhile, Andy's like falling, like I haven't talked to Andy in 8 hours.
You went and visited Andy too. Shut up.
No, I know.
You're so in love too.
I love him. I love him. But I was just like, these are two people who are like madly in love, obsessed with each other. And like, it like makes me feel like a little kid for you. And I feel
that's literally how I feel.
I feel like you're in such like a healthy romantic relationship and like it's brought out all of these like beautiful sides to you that, to be totally candid, like I didn't know you before like BM, before Matt.
Yeah. Also name reveal.
Oh my God. Should I bleep it every time?
No,
it'd be a lot of work for Oscar,
okay.
but we could do
That's
it.
okay. His name's Matt.
You won't find him, so it's fine.
You literally won't find him, so don't look.
You literally won't.
He doesn't exist.
Yeah, he so doesn't.
Which we love.
It's perfect. But like, what does it feel like being in a happy, healthy relationship?
It just feels so safe and comforting and easy and stress-free. Like I was just talking to my friend this morning about this. And I told her like, it's so crazy because it's so easy. And I mean, you have been telling me this since day one. I was so anti-man, and I was like, having a man and a boyfriend like ruins your life, is gonna ruin my career. Like
I had to beg. I was like, please just be open-minded.
I was like, okay, but I'm gonna go on 6 more dates and I don't want anything to do with him. And yeah.
You're like, I don't want a boyfriend.com. I was like, okay. Like, oh my God, I was panicking right now.
I know. But fate works. And it was always supposed to work. And to be candid, literally after our first date, I was like, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. And then like after date 3 is when I feel like you were like really open to it. But then you still had this like mindset of like, I promised myself I was going to be single. And I'm like, sometimes, you know, I was like, sometimes things happen like not according to
my schedule.
Our schedule is correct.
Right.
And it resonated a lot with me because, and you know this, like we had like very similar timelines. Like I met Andy when I had freshly turned 24 and just moved to a new city. I was like, I'm going to be single. I'm going to like run through this town. And then there he was. And I was like, this wasn't on my bingo card, but like, this is my husband. So it is what it is. And I was like,
I can't say bye to my husband. Like I have to hang out with my husband.
Correct.
And now he's your husband.
And I was just so happy like when you, like the fates just unfolded the way that they did because you were like, okay, so I have a boyfriend. I was like,
I guess fine.
I was like, yeah, you do. You do have a boyfriend.
Right. And you're in love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the best. I feel like the biggest weight that's been lifted off my shoulders is like he is so supportive of what I do. And he has like literally no idea what we do.
No, but he's like, yes.
But he wants, not in a way he doesn't care. Like he wants to learn and he asks so many questions and he's so supportive and helpful when he needs to be. But he is like, you go do your thing. And when you're free, you tell me.
And I'll be here.
I will make it work and I'm ready to get dinner with you. Like, in fact, he literally said that to me like when we were dating. And he was like, I know you're crazy busy. Like your schedule is insane. You tell me when you're free and I will make sure I'm there. And like, I will make us a reservation. I will send you a car. I will be there. You just tell me when. And like the world revolves around you. Like I'm just existing in it. I was like, I've never experienced that before. Like to
I just
me,
have to take off my glasses for a
take
second.
them off. To me, like I always thought being in a relationship was like everything is back burner because they require all of your time, which they should, and like they should be your priority, of course. But like that does not mean that you have to be half-ass in everything else you do in your life, including your friendships and your family and your career and everything. And like he's just so secure in himself and he's so proud of the direction that I'm going and he wants me to be successful and he's not intimidated by that. And so he just like supports me and is my biggest cheerleader. And if I said I wanted to quit it all tomorrow, he'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
And if I said I wanted to go fly to the moon tomorrow, he'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
Like he literally would support me no matter what I do.
He's literally down for whatever. And like, I can't stress enough. It's just like, I hate the saying. Like, I really do. I hate it. I want to lead with this. Like, I fucking hate this saying.
Okay.
but I'm going to say it
Right.
because it's very applicable to the situation. If he wanted to, he would. Disgusting. But the only words that really make sense here, because I have known this man for about 7 years. And I have never seen him date someone, really like ever, but like with so much like passion and like, this is my person, and so much certainty, and so much like, I'm gonna move everything around to make sure that Rachel is seen, Rachel is prioritized, Rachel feels special. It's like Rachel above all else. If he wanted to, he would. So just know, like, if they're not,
Get the hell out.
it's not that they are the worst person ever and we should go like put them on that weird app that people are talking about. Like, what is it called? Like the T app?
Yeah.
It's not that he's the worst person in the world and we should villainize him and expose him and post him on apps and websites. Like, no, like, let's like really
be nice.
Let's like calm the fuck down. But it's just maybe not your person, and like your energy is better invested in yourself, your friends, like your work, like other things. And then the next one's gonna fall out of the sky into your lap when you meet a random girl on a plane who decides at 5 a.m. that she knows your boyfriend.
Gonna
Like,
be perfect. And I think the other thing, like, just because someone is prioritizing you doesn't mean they have to be up your butt 24/7.
he's not. He's very like,
not.
he doesn't want you to feel suffocated. He's just like, just so you know. I mean, he doesn't use the peace sign.
He would.
He would literally never do that. But he's like, just, I'm here.
Yes, like and I have full confidence. Like, we do our own things 99% of the time, but there's literally nothing that man could be doing. Like, he could be across the world. He could be watching football with his friends. He could be doing literally whatever. And if I picked up the phone and said, I need you, it does not matter. He could be in the most important business meeting of his life. He would drop it and he would be there.
Yeah.
Like, physically, emotionally, like in every way, he would just be there. Like, it just, his world revolves around me. And my world, to be clear, very much revolves around him. Like, it's so mutual. And I just want to, like, nurture him and protect him at all costs.
You couldn't fit him in your arms if you tried.
I could never fit him in my arms.
Boy.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
He's a big boy.
Oh,
but
I'm
it's
so
just the
happy
best.
for you.
Thank
I
you.
really am, because, and again, I always say this to you, like, I'm so happy for you. I'm also so happy for him, because like I've known him for so long, and I just wanted him to like find love, and it's just like, it's just such a beautiful thing. And like, to think that I get like, it's like, you're kind of fucked. Like, you're stuck with me now, you know? Like,
my dream date.
my dream date. Cute.
So we're stuck.
Cute.
Perfect.
So I'm just really happy for you.
Thank you, Kel.
I love
you
you.
so much.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. It's been such a nice day.
It's been such a nice day.